Hi my people, welcome back to my channel and thank you for all the love and support that you have been giving me. I really appreciate it. And for all the new subscribers or viewers, whoever, who are tuning to this channel, I just want to introduce myself to you. My name is Rochelle. I am a Jamaican girl living in Canada, and I've moved to Canada for a little over 2 years now, and I'm just here sharing my experience of my life in Canada thus far. In my previous videos, I'd have shared about how and why I moved to Canada, my first job in Canada, getting my work permit, working in Canada, also renting my first apartment in Canada, and now I want to share with you working 2 jobs in Canada. Now, I've already made mention about me getting a job in Canada, finding a job, started working, but that job was just paying me the bare minimum wage and it wasn't sufficient to cover all my bills and grocery. So at the end, I was still left struggling. And that's a lot of immigrant story or even Canadian who are living here. Living in Canada is very expensive. When you look at utilities, rent, way above the roof. So it was struggling for me, and I decided that I needed a different job. So I was job hunting and I found myself a job that paid me more, and it was basically a good, or should I say okay job. However, I did not leave the job that I was working. I still worked both jobs. And at one point, it felt like I was working 2 full-time jobs. So when I started the second job, I continued to work the other job. So in continuing to work both jobs, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but somehow I didn't felt it. It was like I was just caught up in the moment. I was just in basically survival mood and wanted to earn enough money, not just to pay my bills, to pay my rent, but also to save for whatever I want. And of course, one of the first things that I wanted to do was to book a trip back to Jamaica, because my big daughter, who was still in Jamaica, she was going to graduate from high school, and I couldn't miss that for all the world. There is nothing on this earth that I would have missed this for. So I continue to work both jobs. And people, working both jobs is not easy. And this is what I really want to talk about here. Working 2 jobs in Canada is not easy. And when I started, my mind wasn't settled. I really wanted to achieve. There was a lot of things going around in my mind, like it wasn't settled. The whole idea about coming to Canada for opportunity, and then when you're not finding it, you want to hunt it, and that was what was going on with me. I wanted it. I thought I had some setback, and I needed to make up for that setback. So I was just pushing. And at one point, I was working 16 hours per day. So I would leave one job to the next. And I was doing this like 4 days straight. And I was just going and caught up in the moment until my health started to deteriorate. I have colleagues here in Canada who are working 2, 3 jobs. And sometimes they're so tired. But they have family back home, and they have things that they need to achieve. So they get caught up in this rat race. Like, this is what I call it. It's a rat race, of course. But me working 2 jobs, for me, it wasn't something that I wanted to do permanently. It's just to get my feet on the ground and get it running and have sufficient money in savings. So I was just caught up working both jobs and pushing. To be honest with you, it did earn me some money. But then guess what? Something started to happen. My health started to deteriorate. Not just my physical health, but my mental health as well. This would have been like in the winter for me now. So it would have been November, December, January. At that point, I was working both jobs. And in some cases, I was doing 16 hours per day. I did 8 hours from one job, left the other job, and go directly to the second job. And I would be doing this for 4 days in a row, 5 days, right? I got a doctor, and whoever who are in Canada know that it's not easy to find a doctor in Canada. You have to get a family doctor, and it's not easy because you have people who are on the waiting list looking for a doctor. For months, they haven't had a doctor. So when I found my doctor, she ordered me to do blood tests and the whole works. Just a physical checkup, just because I'm new in Canada and I've never done any medical examination. I've been in Canada. So she ordered me to do all of that. Now, when the result came back, my iron level was so low. She had to put me on some pills. Very, very low. She said that I had hyperthyroidism. No, I didn't know that term before, to be honest with you. This is the first time I was hearing this term. She did explain to me, and I went and I did some reading on my own and stuff. So I was on medication, and I don't like to take pills. So I was on my iron tablet. I had to take them every morning before I ate anything, and the medication for hyperthyroidism. And she said to me that I need to, it won't get better, and I would probably have to live on medication for the rest of my life. Now this is alarming, right? And then she mentioned that because my second job was working nights, so she said that's not good for my health. I was basically not getting enough rest. So this can really, really wreck you. And I tell you guys, while you're here and you're chasing the money, because the job, this is my experience. Where I am at, the jobs are here. If you search, you will find it. And that's what I did. It took me a while to find jobs, but I found them, right? And there's a lot of times when they need coverage. And they would call me and say, Rochelle, can you fill in for this person not coming in? Or it's busy, so and so, so and so. You're thinking about the money, and it's really hard to say no when you need the money. So I was just up and about trying to make that money, and just, the whole works. My mind all over the place, just want to do this and want to do that, and wanted to this, that, all over the place. It was just going on in a circle, and I wanted to sort everything out at once. Whoever know me well would know that I'm a goal-oriented person, and I'm a hard worker, and I'm going to go for exactly what I want. So I was that girl up and down trying to get my ducks in a row and thinking that I could just leverage everything, right? But it was costing me my health. It was definitely costing me my health. There were times when I look in the mirror and I was like, no girl, this isn't you. My face was puffy, my eyes were baggy, and I just looked darker than how I normally look. And I'm thinking, girl, you need some TLC, you need some self-care. Pull yourself up. Pull yourself up. And not to mention the winter time, it was so stressing for me. I was feeling sick, tired, dizzy, and I mean, I guess you can call it seasonal depression as well. And the whole works. I was just out of it. I was just work, home, and just feeling sick and depressed all the time, especially due to the fact that it was winter, and the time wasn't only cold, it was dark. And that was the issue that I have. For me, it's not really about the coldness, but the darkness of the time. Oh my God, it just paints a depressing picture. So I was up and about and working, and then my health was deteriorating. I needed to get some rest. At this point, I have to purchase some sleeping pills, and I have to be taking them. I was working in the night, so I'm missing my night rest, and I have to make up by sleeping in the day. And I just couldn't sleep. I just couldn't sleep well in the day. It was hard for me, and this was something new for me. It was all new for me. Like my body wasn't used to this because I am used to getting my night rest, and I was just coming off about 10 months of not doing much, getting my night rest, well rested, and I thought I need to make up for those lost time or those downtime, right? So I was just up and about, working. And guys, this is what I need to warn you about. It's all good when the job is there and you wanted to earn the money, but always remember this: your health comes first, because without your health, you cannot earn. Your health, or can I say you, are your number one asset. You're your main asset. With you, you can do anything. And once you're in good health, you can do anything. But when you're chasing a little $50, $100 here and there, and your health is deteriorating, it is not really worth it. So, would I sit and just let my health go to waste? No, I wouldn't do that. And just to add on top of the hypothyroidism, my low iron issue, I had another issue that I had to do a minor surgery. And I'm thinking, like, I didn't have this issue when I was in Jamaica. I gotta get a hold of myself. I was wasted. Like, I was just not looking good. I wasn't looking good. I was just working, and not looking good. I could hardly recognize myself. It's not me. It wasn't so vibrant. My mood was always damp, and the depression was real. And at this time, it was cold. It was winter. It was, oh my goodness. I continued to work. However, I decided that when I was going to Jamaica, so I took a trip back to Jamaica. I took 3 weeks vacation from work. And of course, the job, well, it was paid vacation from my full-time job, because I would have earned all those vacation time. But at my part-time job, it was non-paid time off, which that was fine with me, or that was fine for me, because I've already prepared for that. So I said that, you know what, I'm going to Jamaica and I'm going to just unwind. I'm just going to take my rest, and I'm just going to eat up all these good food and come back, reset and come back. Yeah, I went to Jamaica, but man, can I tell you, I was so tired. My entire time in Jamaica, I was tired. And even trying to sleep at night on my vacation wasn't working out, because my body was so used to working in the night. It was rough. I literally went to Jamaica sleepy and came back a bit tired. Right? But it was a difference. I got some rest. So after all of that, now me working, and I went to Jamaica, very tired, came back, and I was a little bit settled. Now I realized one thing, that I did not want to work as much as before. It's like my body kind of settled down, and I'm not really in that mood to work that much. So at my part-time job, I have to let the manager know that I need my hours to be reduced. I can't do that much anymore. I have to work less days or less time. Now, once the work is there, she can call me. But what I did to kind of balance it out, I work both jobs, but I reduces the hours that I work. And then sometimes when the need is there, I'll work, but after, I'll just take my 1 week break, 2 week breaks. And on my full-time job, I am always accumulating times, whether it's bank time, whether it's vacation, because you earn the vacation as you work. I listen to my body, people. I'm always listening to my body. So whenever I feel as if I was tired, I started to take my time. I take the time off and prioritizing what I eat, prioritizing my health, and also take my vitamin, because I wasn't someone who liked to take medication, none at all. So I would be working all these hours and not taking form of supplements. So I started to prioritize taking my supplement and taking my rest. And people, let me tell you, working in Canada and anywhere else, working the full-time jobs, I've seen and heard so many stories of people working double jobs to earn extra money or saving towards something, and they didn't live to enjoy it. And that was what scared me the most, leaving my loved one and not getting the chance to enjoy the fruit of my labor. So I had to listen to myself and slow it down a notch, because without your health it makes no sense. And I'm just talking to everyone here who are guilty of doing this. It's fine, nothing wrong. I understand that you need money and I understand that you're ambitious, but make your health your number one priority. Whatever it is, just make your health your number one priority. Because without your health, it's nothing. You're nothing. So my people, I hope you find some value in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in once more. Remember to subscribe, like, comment below. You can ask any question that you want to ask. I'll be sure to answer you. Hopefully you get the answer that you're looking. All right, so my people, so take care and I will see you in the next video. Mwah! Love you all.